What's going on, fam? Welcome back. Welcome back. This is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. I know you are having a wonderful day, learning more about your purpose, your mission, your life path, right? Leaving no stone unturned, because everything is important, right? And each and every one of us, we have our own individual purpose and life path and mission that we have to fulfill, right? If we don't fulfill it, we're going to have to recycle, right? We don't want to do that, okay? So with that being said, I'm back sharing another, message with you guys, sharing, my ups and downs. So if if you've been led to this presentation, if you're new to the channel, be sure to click that like, subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate you, okay? And the reason why you're viewing this presentation right now, Mama Universe said, hey, it's time to grow. You receive your call to adventure, and the universe, what'll happen, will line up the right people, place, and event to support your growth and your intent. But if you're open to, only if you're open to receive the messages. So what'll happen is the universe will use people like me sharing their experiences, whether you want to believe them or not. But I'm bold enough to share my ups and downs with you, even if it's maybe embarrassing, right? And sharing the tools that work, the things that didn't work, and also the different tools that I use to help me level up, okay? Like these 7 hermetic principles. I'm gonna keep saying this over and over again. So the reason why your life is out of balance, because they would never teach us these principles, okay? So if you need help learning these things, Ralph Smart on YouTube, 7 hermetic principles, he'll walk you through them, okay? He has several videos on these things, okay? So you no longer have no excuse, okay? We're in the age of Aquarius, the age of knowing, okay? So the people that are gonna get ahead, from this day forward, especially if you knew, these are the people that read and research and leave no stone unturned. They'll test things out to see, to figure out what's the sweet spot for them, not blindly believing people anymore, okay? So these are the people that are going to get ahead. So the reason why you were led to these presentations, because you really want to investigate everything for yourself so you can get your own perspective. So it's not about seeing things from Chris' point of view. You need to see things from your point of view, okay? So nobody's coming to save you but yourself. And how do you save yourself? With right knowledge and taking right action, okay? So with that being said, with Mama Universe going to happen is you got to build a relationship with Mama Nature. Take it all back to Mama Nature, right? And start trusting your own inner voice, your own energy, okay? Because right now that Earth is a school, right? So we can come down here, have this human experience, right? And our purpose and mission require learning a whole bunch of life lessons, right, to gain the experience and knowledge for our soul growth. So if you've been, stuck down here for quite some time, it's time to graduate, okay? But as you grow, especially once you incorporate these 7 hermetic principles into your life, please share these things with your peers, okay? Especially the ones that really want to grow, all right, to the next level. And it's all about tapping into your heart chakra and also reaching that Christ consciousness within yourself, so you can really become the driver of your own magic school bus, okay? All right, so as you grow, just trust your own intuition again. Everything matters. You can't get away with anything, because for every cause there's an effect, for every effect there's a cause, right? So why not plant those seeds? Be very have that intent to plant those great seeds that's going to help you and your future, okay? And also help other people along your path. And that's what I'm doing by me sharing my experience. I'm helping myself. I'm becoming a better person, open-minded, I guess more outspoken, right? And then also I'm empowering each and every person, because I'm taking a lot of my experience, especially from the military and playing sports, and empowering people to become their own leaders. Stop depending on people. You need to depend on yourself. And that's one of the biggest flaws, because instead of looking for things outside of you to help you, you need to help yourself. Listen to yourself, love yourself, all right? And once you love yourself from the inside out, that thing's gonna manifest like a flower, gonna blossom, and people gonna look at you like, what the hell happened? Yeah, that's the real you, okay? You've been holding it in the whole time, just like me, okay? So with that being said, follow your own biorhythm in life, okay? Pay yourself 10% first. We'll talk about money in another presentation, okay? With that being said, you need to be the example, all right? So once you come into knowledge, you need to be the example, and and people gonna see the results in your life. So you can talk all this stuff all you want to, but if you don't have the results, okay, in your life to show what you're doing, what I'm saying, you basically leading a blind cause here, okay? So with that being said, stop depending on luck. Pick up the control in your life, and you take the right action and be very intentional with everything. And you got to use the 80-20 rule, right? So 80% of those seeds, it's not going to yield you anything. It's going to be that 20%. 20% is going to give you the results that you need. You know, it may not be, you know, the best results, but it's going to give you something to test out so you can find your own sweet spot. All right. But that 80% is still going to yield you something that you can also test out too. So be mindful of that. All right. So that you're not going to waste your time. The only time you're going to fail when you fail to take action. Okay. So please remember that. So today, guys, I want to talk a little bit about dreams, give you some key points, some takeaways, because the Kundalini energy is rising all over the planet. And what's going to happen is, you know, your whole experience here, down here on Earth School, right, is full of tests and lessons. All right. So no matter what you're doing, you at home with your family, you at work, all right, you at the park, you outside in your backyard, every situation, every surrounding is a new classroom. All right. So please be mindful and aware of your surroundings. All right. And your spiritual team, you know, your spirit guide, whatever you want to call it. Right. Your intuition's gonna, you know, give you little signs and symbols so you can pick up on, so you can build a relationship with yourself. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So with that being said, let's get into it. All right. It's all about unity consciousness again, okay? These are messages from the universe or the source within you. I'm just a messenger, okay? So I'm just here to remind you of your own greatness. You don't need nobody else but yourself, baby, all right? So it's time for each and every one of us to take responsibility, and this means responding to who ability? Your ability, not my ability. I'm here to remind you of your ability, because everything I'm doing, you know how to do this stuff. You know this information. We just, you know, we kind of like a little small, we're a great ecosystem, and, you know, we basically relay messages to each other when it's time for a pick-me-up, right? And so, you know, somebody poked me on my show, said, hey, Chris, some people could really use your information. I said, man, okay, I'll share my experience, and that's what led me here. So you need to take responsibility for your life, and somebody is waiting for you to share your experiences too, okay? So with that being said, know the world in yourself, because what, you are your own universe. Never look for yourself in the world, for this world will be, you know, the project of your illusion. Okay. And at the end of the day, underneath all the surface, you know, layers of you are stardust. Okay. So some scientists argue that since we spend roughly 20 years asleep, dreams should be considered an alternate reality, in which you realize that by now. Okay. And many of you guys, since the Schumann resonance is picking up and stuff like that, many of you guys are drifting in a different reality, different dream, connected with, you know, past loved ones that you lost recently, and you really, you know, want to connect the dots, or you guys are, you know, experience different traumas, you know, and also astral travel, or you may be in a dream, you know, where you really want to get out, you know what I'm saying? Some people want to get out of Earth, right? But and lastly here, at the end of the day, you got to know your role. You know, there are times when you playing the student, okay, because, you know, and also you the teacher. All right, so know the difference. That's all I'm saying. Okay, life is meant to be simple. I want to make it as simple as possible. So many of you guys gonna experience deja vu, right? And so this is gonna link you up with your past life memory. Okay, you're gonna start getting these different visions, you know, from out of nowhere. But be prepared to write things down. Okay, that's one of my most powerful takeaways. Write it down. Okay, so. But these deja vus also is going to integrate your soul aspect, timeline shift. We talked about that before, right? Things are kind of shifting in your neighborhood, right? And then you got precognitive dreams, and then you got many of you guys are feeling like, hey, you at the right place at the right time. Things are really lining up for you, and you got the synchronicity going off in your life right now. Because I'm sure by you viewing this presentation, you in hella synchronicity, okay? Because I'm all about truth and raising the energy, frequency, and vibration. And how can I help one person a day to realize how important they are, and how you know, how powerful the gifts that they have within them. They just got to tap into themselves, okay? Just like I did, right? So it also reminding you, deja vu remind you that you will make some hella progress on your spiritual path. Keep going, all right? Leave no stone unturned. And many of you guys may feel that you're falling, or you may be landing at the end of the day. But you need to be in that present moment, no matter where you at on that scale, okay, guys? And what'll happen is, in these dream realms, you know, death, dying, past life, whatever you going through right now, okay, the ancestors, your spiritual team love to tap into your dream to help relay messages, but please pay attention to the different scenarios and how they play out into your present reality. Some dreams may seem realer than others, is that a word, right? But are you paying attention? There are cycles and seasons, everything. The past, present, and future is happening right now. What are you doing right now that can tap you into the zone, into your true self? You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, remember that there's only one important time, and it is now. Okay, the present moment is the only time over which we have dominion. Like I told you guys, the most important person is always the person with whom you are, okay, who is right before you, who knows if you will, you know, have dealing with any other person in the future. That's you, reflection, okay? And the most important pursuit is making that person, the one standing at your side, happy. For that alone is the pursuit of life. It's all about you. Happiness is an inside job, okay? Now, as we live through thousands of dreams in our present life, because many of you been having hella dreams, right? Okay, and so with that being said, you know, so is our present life only one of many thousands of such lives that we can enter from other more real life, right? Then return after death. So our life is but one of those dreams that is more real life, and so it is endless. You know, it is an endlessly until the very last one, and that's when that real life of the God taps into yourself, okay? And all of us on our hero's journey, we on that magical stairway that I shared before, that leading to your true self, okay? You know, the God within, or the source within, okay, within you, okay? So if life was a dream, then dying must be the moment when you woke up, right? And it was so simple, it must be true. You died, the dream was over, you woke up, and that was, you know, and that's what people meant when they talked about going to heaven. It was like waking up. Okay, you being raised up, right? So when it comes to these dreams in general, you know, write things down. Be mindful of your surroundings in these dreams, okay? Do you feel like, are you in control, okay? Or you just feel like you just being a spectator? Everything is important, okay? And I learned, and you know, and the reason why I'm sharing, you know, a lot of my experience in this when it comes to dreams too, because people love sharing their dreams with me, okay? So I back in the day, I realized, like, man, I must be some kind of special guy where people share dreams, life stories, and, you know, dealings, and I was like, wow. So I was, you know, one of my my greatest skill set, I don't mind listening. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know, needs somebody to listen to, you know, to them and to help rationalize, be that ear, you know, that good reliable ear, unbiased, you know what I'm saying? So that's me. You know, that's been me my entire life, and that what made me the person I am today, okay? So with that being said, your ancestors, they paid attention to everything, okay? They listened to the earth, you know, the wind. They paid attention to the moon, the sun, the stars, because they knew there is a great intelligence behind the creation, okay? So the best and shortest road towards knowledge of truth is what? Mama Nature, baby. You better tap into yourself, okay? As above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. So, like I told you before, the present moment, you know, the present issues that you having are coming from the past, okay? And then with the future is coming from what? The present. So it's all about tying things together, because everything is made up of one, you know, made one by this continuity, right? Time is like a circle. We talked about that before. Everything happens in cycles and seasons, circles, right? Where all the points are so linked that one cannot, you know, say where it actually begins or ends, okay? For all points proceed and follow one another forever, okay? So there's no beginning or the end. It's all about, what are you doing right now, player? Are you really tapping into this present moment? Are you reading that book that you need to read, that you've been putting off, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, How to Win Friends and Influence People? I mean, have you, you know, being very intentional with your thank yous and being, you know, very appreciative and grateful for the things that you have in your life? There's a lot of things you can ask yourself at this present moment, right? Okay, so you can have all the money, clothes, and all this stuff, friends, but what does that mean when you don't know your purpose, your mission, your life path, and who you really are, and what you need to do on this planet at this time? Okay, that's why knowledge, you know, of self is more important. So if you don't learn anything else from me, please learn those 7 fundamental principles. Like I always say, right, there's a good side, not so good side to everything, but it's always, you know, tapping into that balance, balancing your polarity, that divine masculine and feminine energy within you, which is that one source, right? Okay, all right. So for many of you guys, you know, to tap into some more knowledge, please look into Isis Wisdom on YouTube and also on Instagram. She, you know, she talks about all kind of different experiences, so that way you can get, you know, tap into different, you know, people out there that's sharing their experiences with you. But it's up to you to, you know, get your own, you know, point of view and discern, and also research. So anybody, you know, that's really serious about helping you grow, they're going to encourage you to research and not believe them, okay? So with that being said, you know, because death is so often connected with suffering and violence, most people fear it. You know, I don't blame it. I was there when I was young until I had a couple episodes of facing death and, you know, seeing death in the face when I was really small, and I was like, okay. But anywho, there's a lot, you know, there's lots of dreams about death that are, you know, that are past life memories, okay? Now, often, you know, often the clues of past lifetimes come through your dreams, okay? And so you may wake up knowing that you have been speaking a foreign language in your dream, or you see yourself wearing a clothes that could, you know, could have either come from a movie set or a memory of one of your past, you know, lifetimes, okay? But these are just a few ways, you know, your past lifetime memories bleed into your present time dreams, if that makes sense. Let me slow my butt down, okay? So these are my takeaway, guys, okay? You know, when it comes to your dreams of death, dying, and past lives, you know, at the end of the day, you could be working out some, you know, past life, you know, karma that you didn't put out there because you really wasn't being mindful or intentional of your seeds, because nobody taught you about universal law, these 7 hermetic principles, right? But these are past karma with your dreams characters, okay, in your present life. So it is vitally important when these types of dreams occur to you and pop up on you. You got to ask yourself, who might this represent in my life right now? All right, just swap out the roles, like, and how is this playing out in your reality right now? And you can just reverse engineer everything, and you will, you know, just trust your intuition on this one, and you will realize, like, oh, okay, I get it. You know, I've really been an ass to so and so lately, and now, you know, this is kind of like, you know, karma playing this way back to me. Yeah, and you can reverse engineer a lot of things in your life, okay? So again, that's why I put this up there. You know, who have you, you know, are you sharing great energy with people? And you got to be honest with yourself. Next, however, you know, just one dream like this is not always going to be enough, you know, evidence of past life, okay? So you always have a very strong emotional reaction to a dream as well. It is either deja vu feeling or that aha moment, right? But the dream scenario will give you a greater insight into the issue between you, so you are better equipped to deal with them effectively in this lifetime, okay? So again, that's why I mentioned to you guys before, you got to know, you know, when it's time to be the student and the teacher role in your life, and also in these dream realities, okay? These dreams are not just dreams. You know, in my experience, and when talking to my wife and a lot of co-workers throughout the years, these dreams are accused, you know, kind of like a treasure hunt, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is a way for you to kind of seek out, you know, your own divinity within, you know, your own hero's journey. I mean, that's the best way to sum this thing up, okay? Every person path is different from the other, okay? I hope that makes sense, right? Next, as so we all know everything about ourselves, and then we, you know, when we take our, you know, new physical bodies, and we mentioned this before, in each lifetime we move from a limitless, you know, point of view, you know, the most high within yourself, right? We go from the limitless, you know, to, and then, you know, then we go down to the timeless spirit world, right? And then to the physical limited time zone area of the material world. And this is where, you know, we pretty much forget our experiences, bringing in the essence of our talents and what is unresolved into our current birth script, as well as the traumatic events in our first 7 years, like I told, you know, mentioned to you guys before, because everything happens in these 7-year cycles, okay? So basically what you can do is, you know, you can reverse engineer the root cause of past events in your life, and this can help you do some shadow work 101, okay? You can work on yourself. You know, you don't have to hire an expert. Just look back at some of these, you know, old traumatic events or things that really hurt your feelings, so to speak, or really stuck with you throughout your life, you know, and then you can look at the root cause like, oh man, my mom, you know, she did this, or my dad did this, or if I wouldn't have did this, because everything, responsibility starts with self first, right? So a lot of things, you know, to self-diagnose, you always start from yourself and then work your way out, okay? And what you realize, like, oh man, a lot of these things could easily been avoided if, you know, we just been mindful of what we're doing each and every day. And after we get ready to close things out, even if we never constantly consider our past realities, we can still carry these unresolved issues within, you know, our, you know, unconscious negative belief about ourselves, okay? So at the end of the day, guys, remember to snap out of this little spell here, okay, with some of these unresolved issues, all about balancing these polarities. All right, so many of you guys been an asshole, you know, and really don't give a damn, right? You just planting seeds and just keeping it moving, right? But at the end of the day, what goes around comes around, okay? It's all about, it's not about being the, you know, a goody two shoes. It's all about telling people the truth and speaking up for what's right. And sometimes, you know, being an asshole is being what's right. Sometimes you gotta tell people that, hey, you need to sit down, listen, okay, be quiet, right? Have you looked into this, right? So sometimes you have to be, you know, flip the polarity, and by flipping polarity from one person point of view, it can be seen as being bad, but from another person point of view, it can be seen as good, right? So that's what I'm saying. So when things are not going right in your life, you know, or you just want to really self-diagnose to get that balance, it's all about that polarity, okay? But learn these 7 hermetic principles. I promise it's going to take you far. It's going to get you out of the gym, and you will greatly thank me later, okay? So this has been my takeaway when it comes to dreams, dealing with death, you know, some basic concepts, dying, past life, because it's all about the present moment, okay? A lot of people dealing with anxiety is all about, you know, escaping, you know, what's really going on right now at the present moment in their reality. And that what happened to me, you know, when it came to money, relationships, I was trying to escape something, and that's when the anxiety would really kick in. And, you know, but that's a whole nother story, okay? But be sure to click that like, subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. And as always, you know, our purpose and mission require learn a whole bunch of life lessons to gain that experience and our soul grow. So it's never too late to rewrite your story. I was there stuck too a long time ago, and once I stopped, you know, blindly believing people, and I realized, like, hey man, if I really want to make a change in my life, I got to do it myself. Because I couldn't, you know, rely on my mom, you know, when I was younger, because she was working, and I didn't have a father figure available, you know, to pick up the slack to give me some extra guidance. So shoot, I had to tap into my intuition real quick at a young age, man. And thank goodness it led me to that point right now, and it made me, you know, who I am today, because now I can do things on my own. If I'm having issues with my body, if I do, I can self-diagnose myself. I can balance my own energies, okay? So that it's all about balancing yourself out, okay? Become your own guru, okay? All right, so guys, this is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. We'll be back with another presentation soon. Take care of yourself, love yourself, and keep, you know, researching. Leave no stone unturned. Don't blindly believe nobody, okay, even me. All right, but we'll be back very soon. We'll talk about money and also finishing up, you know, our spiritual awakening, you know, process, okay? But until next time, stay grateful and focused, fam. Peace.